Morning, guys. Welcome to Words from a Friend podcast. I'm your host, Marty Carey, and this is the podcast that follows my book, Words from a Friend, A Daily Guide to a Purposeful Life, available at Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. And it's a 365-day inner journey to release what no longer belongs and refill our cup with the stuff, with truth, the truth of who we are, so that we can raise our ship to what it's always been meant to be. Not sailing under the water all the time or just like this, but sailing the best way we can every day, intentionally. And that's what the journey is all about this year, so that you can learn to be mindful about your life, right? You're here to discover what it's like to be human, okay? But to also understand what it's like to flow. And and it still has power over us. This year is about taking back your power and releasing the garbage, filling it with light. Okay? Today is January 19th, episode 19, Releasing the Old Paradigm. Paradigm is belief system, right? The old belief. Some of these old beliefs, old bags. Old beliefs can be old bags. Some of our beliefs, great, they are principled, and they have guided us greatly in our lives. Those principled stuff, the stuff of the soul, the higher energies, right? The camaraderie, over competition, and that good stuff that brings people together, not the stuff that takes us apart from each other and separates people and, that kind of stuff. No, it's about unity consciousness, the consciousness we are on the other side. We all know who we are to each other on the other side. It's bringing that light here for a change through us, as our individual offering of it every day. Okay? Turn that light on, man. Your life's going to change. Just be consistent about it. It's not fake. That's who you really are. The other stuff is a conglomeration of other people's old beliefs and things they've taught you and, stuff that you keep doing, but is it really working for you? That's the inner journey, the noble journey, the worthy journey. Okay? So the ego and the wars it causes, both in our personal worlds as well as the world as a whole, is outdated. It is no longer necessary as the signpost for the opposite of truth. We can feel truth once we understand that we are our higher self and we're here for a human journey, which has the lower self involved in it. We have all those lower energies and all those emotions that, at a moment's notice can take us down to suffering. But when we learn to steer our ship with the light, we don't steer it with needless suffering. We don't steer it with old paradigms, old beliefs that continue to make us suffer. When we attach those old beliefs to current situations, those old triggers to current situations, it's old programming. It's old programming from an outdated system. And that's what it is. We're like a biological, beautiful biological system. We're meant to grow. We're growth-seeking beings. Light seeks to grow. Okay? Get in it. That's the flow. That's the flow of your best life. Your best life. Isn't that what you came here for? To live your best life? And you can start that at any time. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday, even. Start a new page every day. You can do it. You have that ability, that power, and that choice. We're choice makers. We can choose anew every day. We choose those higher energies. Our ship is going to sail on a completely higher course, different course than you may have ever sailed before. Jump in. Okay? Not if we do our jobs, awaken and spread truth, real truth, not man's truth that's been fed to us and keeps us asleep, but the inner truth, the truth that we are indeed all connected at the level of the soul, and that we buried ourselves in the lies of the ego and its crappy agendas. We've all seen those. Love is not the opposite of ego. Love is everything. The ego is this small little created self that we live in, this small little created character of Marty Carey. It's my, that's my avatar for while I'm here, right? So how do I want that? What do I want my message to be about while I'm here in the physical world? I want it to be about what I've seen in my life as the best message. Right? You see it and you go, wow, that's really something, No, you're that too. You have the ability to create a whole new life at any time. When you get rid of the attachments to the past, little at a time, you replace that every day with your higher energy. Every lower energy has an opposite, higher energy. Okay? Try that one out for size. May not be comfortable at first, but that's okay. Everything new is uncomfortable at first. Everything new, and it's always new. We're always moving into the future, right? But today, the present moment, right now, you can make a new choice, a shift in your entire life, your entire course of your life, and say, I'm doing it. That makes me feel better when I'm there with those who understand me, and they accept me, and they love me. And I'm going to love them back. I'm going to give that back to them. I'm going to give them my higher energies too. That's where real friendship finds itself. Lifelong friendships, knowing the ups and downs and being there for each other for those. Best we can. Best we can. With our best. Okay? Your job is to awaken, my friends. Stop living the mediocre or less than to your full potential. God gives us full potential is inside all of us. That light is inside of all of us. Our light is our full potential because the light overcomes the fear, makes fear small. It allows us to rise to peaks we never thought possible because we just keep saying, yes, God's behind me. I can, I can, I can. Ego says, yeah, see if you can do that, right? And you got to bypass that. You got to keep bypassing that. You have the inner critic. We already talked about the inner critic. The inner critic's going to, want you to be doubting yourself the whole way. That son of a, okay, that's the voice you overcome. We all have to overcome that. It's the duality in each of us, the positive and negative in each of us. Balance those out by just moving past the fear and saying, I can. That's how you keep growing. You don't grow and I can't. So don't even accept I can't. Little things you can. You make those, they're the same as the bigger. It's just a decision to give it a try, give it a go, and then give it your best and keep going until you go, the ability of it. Now I can see how we can get there. The sight comes by you first believing you'll see it, right? So you'll see it. That's the dream. That's your imagination. That's your gift of imagination. Imagine the end of it, what that big thing is gonna be, and then take the steps, the journey to it. The journey to it is great. That's the great part. So we just roll with that. And that's life. That's living your life in the direction that your heart wants to take you. And, rise, baby, rise to it. Rise to everything. When it wants to get you down, say, nope, I'm getting up, taking a shower. I'm going to do that instead. You crush that little voice until it is no longer that big voice because you've proven it wrong so many times. That's it. That's beautiful personal growth. Don't leave that out of your journey. That's why you're here. And to share the light of that, to share the overcomings with other people who have yet to overcome that. Show them the way. You're a way shower in what you particularly know. I marvel at people every day for that little thing that you think is insignificant because it's you. I marvel at some of the things that you people are doing out there. I say, man, that's incredible, right? Gifts that other people share. Share your gifts. Everybody wants to see those so they may be inspired by it and try it themselves. Okay? The stripping away of your ego and its many ugly faces will be your vehicle to awaken to your true power. It's the road less traveled, but it's the only worthwhile road to take. The other road is needless suffering. Right? So today, start opening your eyes and your mind, but especially your heart. Learn to grow and be steadfast in your new path. It always happens one awakened choice at a time. Never give up and never give in. The call to action is you can help yourself and humanity by choosing kindness over ego. One present moment decision at a time. Much love, my friends. Spread the light today. That's your best self. Much love. Have a great day.